I'd like to have I want a good girl to go a little wild with, really. I would want to be a true friend, excuse me, and not just a buddy, in quotation marks. I'm still young enough to care about not wasting more time. Nothing too tame or typical. I want to have a friend. I want to know, to really know this is at all possible. I'd like traits are I'd like active personality, funny, vibrant, crazy in a good way. Sexy, inviting, sensual, pretty, open. I want a human being. I want somebody I could talk to. I want somebody I could feel safe to share time with. I'm looking for someone to feel like she knows what she wants and sees it being with me. And I put P.S. Please don't be allergic to cats because I have a cat and there's cat hair all over me, whether I like it or not. Alright, so there's the big movie, epic video entry, journal entry of Austin Emil Centolella, February 15, 2010. Yeah, I got it. The camera I'm using, like I say, it makes a pumpkin head and everything, and it distorts the image and everything. My chin feels, to me, I feel like I got that is unreal. That is fucking unreal. I hardly try to eat. I guess it's when I eat. And I know when I don't shave, I got this 2 day old shave on me, 2 day old shadow. It don't look right. What I mean, it don't look. If I shave it off, I got a chance. If I grow it, I got a chance. It don't. This line right here, it's terrible. Makes me think I gotta go, get plastic surgery. And wait a minute, my nose is crooked too. Wait a minute, it's too wide. My eyebrows are too thick. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This isn't Michael Jackson. That's another thing. The morbidity of it all. The vanity. I need somebody to help me get out of my own head. You understand? That's who Austin Centolella is. Topicsforum.com. Jesus. I don't want to have enemies anymore. Any enemies. I gotta be a horse's ass just for trying. Trying to maintain a sense of personal dignity and identity. For this bullshit times that we live in, around these bullshit people that are living around here, which is me included, especially me. All I am really is I'm really just a guy who started out trying to be a drummer, to drum in public, and to continue to have a degree of performance ability at this stage of my life. And instead of being considered at all for who I am and what I'm there for in the first place, all I'm getting treated, I guess, in order to fight for the right to have the ability to stand in a crowd and look at the crowd instead of being one of the guys in the crowd. Instead of how I'm being, it's like being sized up, shut down, kicked around, pushed in. All I'm asking to do is like, I'm not a big radical. Legalize marijuana in New York. It's legal in Vermont and Maine for medicinal. You can't buy it in Rome, New York, unless you go through somebody shady. Don't smoke pot if you're going to get cancer nods like I might have right now that I get CAT scanned for. I'm not an advocate for inhaling anything carcinogenic. But I do believe in legalizing marijuana. So I'm unpopular with a lot of people. It's the reason why a lot of people in my development, in my young adult years, took the high road against me and thought I was unlawful and not worth the employment or the attention or affection of their daughters. How's that? Because I was a known marijuana user, I was treated like worse than Jack Sparrow the pirate over there. I was treated like everybody had to go and pull out a sword and make sure I was a piece of shit. So my answer to that is, now that America's put marijuana as decriminalized it and put it as a medicinal aid, and they are graduating towards legalization, period, as a controlled substance like beer. That's all it is. And it's if at the worst it's like beer. At the worst, it's there's arguments that beer's worse. How it rots your brain. over time, alcohol, things like that. So I got my issue that if I'm gonna croak, I'm gonna croak knowing that I said, marijuana never hurt me. Might have gave me cancer. I've got to get checked in another half a year. I go back for the third CAT scan. But legalize the damn thing. It's been around thousands of years before anybody thought of ever putting a pen to a paper to call it a law. We don't all have to wear those little fedoras anymore and walk around with the suit in order to be considered sane and employable. Give it up with this bullshit. Half the world doesn't understand what the hell you're talking about. It's only a criminal element and crime enforcement that are holding it to a stigma that you might, you look like a dumb stoner. Yeah, well, guess what? You know what I mean? After everything we understand about nutrition and diet and longevity and things like that, it's about quality of living too, It's about having freedom of some kind of a personal freedom to not being in so much pain all the time. And to feel a little bit more vibrant and enjoy your experience. And if some people want to smoke pot to do it, to enjoy the taste of food and conversate and relate, and think and express and feel a little more, there's nothing pagan about that. There's nothing crazy. That's bullshit. That anybody's got to be stigmatized. And I've been stigmatized. I don't care what anybody says to me. I've always been stigmatized. In my own family I know exactly from the United States military how people treated me for knowing I smoked pot. I know the official position. And the informal shit. All of it. I know all of it. I got a hard head, you know what I mean? I took it as a challenge to survive and get, in spite of you hating me. But I'm getting older. I have a son. Like I said yesterday, I was mopping vomit off the floor most of the while I was making dinner at 7 o'clock last night. Just out of the blue, he missed the toilet. It was all over. I put him to bed and he starts throwing up on his bedroom floor. It's just, had to get the bucket out. You know what I mean? So this is reality. I pray to God nobody really takes pop shots at me to the nth degree. I've heard somebody swearing on my street, I'm going to get you MF-er. 5:30 this morning on my street outside my window where we live in Utica. Somebody's screaming. And my kid heard it. My kid woke up. And I'm like, okay, what's that about? I hope it ain't talking to me. It ain't talking to me. You know what I mean? These videos are a public record to me. All right, better days, and man, there ain't nothing worse than being told, you're alone in it. And that's what's happening to me. And I don't want to be alone anymore. And I'm trying to figure out the best possible means for me to continue. I'm trying to pick a direction out of it, out of the air. Pick the right direction.